Let's get to Team USA, because after a disappointing loss to France in their opener, they did rebound in a big way, beating Iran 120-66. The Americans got a boost from Coach Pop's lineup changes, including Devin Booker, Drew Holiday coming in as starters, made 19 of 36 from three-point range. Now, the U.S. cannot win its group, but it is important to finish as the top number 2 team by scoring differential. This gets a little confusing, but I promise you it is important. The 3 group winners and the best number 2 team will be randomly drawn to face one of the other 4 teams to qualify for the quarterfinals in that round. Basically, if you can be that top number 2 team, that opens up a much easier path to the semifinals. Richard.
Yeah.
You, who has played Olympic basketball and has had some serious double-digit wins, what did you take away from the 54-point win here?
Absolutely nothing. I took away absolutely
Really?
No, it's not to be disrespectful to Iran. Like, obviously, this USA basketball team, the standard that we will hold them to is much different. But to me, when watching the France game, the thing that they were struggling most with, and I know what Pop preaches because I've been there with him and professionally and in USA, good to great, good to great. Well, the definition of a great shot for Dame Lillard is when he can shoot the ball. Right? The definition. And so they were passing up shots and guys were trying to make extra passes. And like Dame's like, a good shot for me is if I can get it up from pretty much anywhere. So when they're trying and get great shots, you're like, Dame, you see Dame passing up shots that he normally shoots. And I think that's what they're talking about, not stepping on each other's toes. It's like the definition of a great shot for Devin Booker or Dame Lillard on USA basketball is different from the NBA, and that's what they're adjusting to.
So I'm not even going to try to do any of that math stuff about point differential and random drawings. Let me
I skipped that.
Let me simplify it all for you. We got the best team. This is the only time I get to say we. We got the best team.
Yes.
We should win. Yeah, there's going to be these hiccups of, I don't know how to switch, and I've never played with this guy, and stepping on each other's toes, and blah, blah. That's part of the deal. Like, we don't have the continuity. These guys didn't grow up playing club together like even some of the guys on France did and all that. We should win. That said, it's not going to be easy. The days of this being easy are over. This is an old school dream team score against Iran today. We're not going to have a lot of those. France is really good. Slovenia is really good. Australia looks really good. Spain is a perennial power. It's not a guarantee that we medal, but we're going to have games where we look unbeatable, games where we look mortal. And the games we look mortal, we're just going to have to find a way to dig them out. We have the best talent still.
Yeah, well, and the one thing that, to your point about the where you seed, because we didn't play well in our pool, we ended up getting number 2. Now
this is back in 2004. For those of you who don't remember,
I am a proud bronze medalist.
Did you track all this while you were playing?
I have no idea, because the internet was brand new. There was no social media.
Internet was brand
new. In 04, it was still using AOL online. So, but because we finished lower in our pool, our pathway was far harder. We had to go Spain, who was the number 1 overall seed, because they had both Gasol brothers, all the guys, and then the number 2 game was Argentina. So we beat Spain in the first round, lost to Argentina. If we would have gone the other side, it would have been a far easier path. So even looking back on that in hindsight, you want to finish as high as possible in your pool because it can get very difficult.
2004, who was the best player on your team?
It was Tim Duncan, Allen Iverson. Everybody had their moment, but Tim Duncan was tough because of the FIBA rules. And Tim Duncan famously said, "What do you think about this?" He's like, "FIBA sucks." Those were his last parting words from the great Tim Duncan.
Well, my point was going to be that you had Tim Duncan and Allen Iverson on your team, and you were like, but they had the Gasol brothers. But my larger point, though, is that, yes, it takes an adjustment to get used to those FIBA rules, as you're talking about. And it doesn't just take chemistry with the players between each other, but with the coaching staff. And we've talked about that on The Jump this week, about players maybe chafing a little bit under Pop's more structured system compared to Coach K when he ran the Olympic program. And you say passing up good to great. Yes, it's a good idea. We say the math problem in the NBA, 2 is more than 3, but 2 is more than 0.
Yeah.
So good shots are better than no shots, and it seems like they are figuring that out right now. We will have to see as they get through this round robin.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.